Give them nothing, but take from them everything.
Welcome back to the Metal Hand of God podcast. I am your host, Wayne, and with me, as always, is the always present
Rum Guy.
Yay! And today we have a guest who is returning, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, he may be taking over the most appearances on our show. Mr. Michael Del Pizzo from Sunflower Dead. What's up, buddy?
What's up, gentlemen?
I think you're owning the trophy, man.
Yeah, what is this, number 4?
Four,
yeah, over the years.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Happy to be here.
Yeah,
Rad.
man. And how are you? Like we just said a minute ago. I know I got to say it again, but how are you?
I'm all right. I'm just fine. Hopefully you guys are doing well during this crazy 2020.
I'm just waiting for the damn thing to be over.
yeah, pretty much.
I know, right? We're always talking over here like I can't wait till this is over. But what's next? Like, what's 2021 going to bring at this point?
We're hoping
more of the same.
Hoping for hope that it's going to be better and it's going to be this sunshine and happiness paradise. But it's probably going to be the year of the volcano.
Sunshiny day. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
We're America, or as we like to call it, Pompeii 2.
Yeah. Exactly right. Might not be a bad thing to happen, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see eventually. Yeah. Oh, man.
I was looking and doing some peeking on you as you saw me earlier today. It was like, and I saw I didn't get to see it live, but you did a live thing, and you were talking about new recording. And all this new adventure stuff that you're doing, please tell everybody what you've been up to.
Well, because 2020 completely fell apart for everyone in the world, and all our tour dates got pushed to 2021, which was fine for us. Months and months ago, Jabu and I started just writing demos, and those demos turned into a full album that we have recorded already, and is being mixed and mastered by Chris Collier out in Las Vegas. Now, for those not familiar with Chris, Chris is an up-and-coming producer who's worked with all kinds of bands doing stuff. But I can't even say who he's working with right now on air, but a really huge band that we've had a minor association with is doing a new record that nobody knows about, and he's producing and mixing and mastering it for them, while he's also doing our new record. So we're waiting for them to get done so he can go back to mixing our songs. Because we've got about 6 of them mixed, and he's going to mix about 4 more, and then our new record is finished.
Badass, dude.
This has been, like you said, a ridiculous year, but in some ways it's been a wonderful time for creativity.
Wonderful time. And you know what? I think, and a lot of artists will tell you this, probably in a lot of different types of art, it's almost been a reset because a lot of people got to stop, sit back, catch up on a bunch of things and just be creative without the pressure of deadlines and, we have to write in between tours or while we're on the road or whatever the pressure was. People could just write. So I'm assuming over the next 2-3 years, we're going to see hopefully a lot of phenomenal music release, because I know a lot's going to be released, but I'm hoping a lot of incredible music's going to be released.
I mean, you guys were busy before all this happened, no doubt. And I know, as you said, though, there's now a lot that I've been reading up on. A lot of bands, a lot of artists that we haven't heard things from for quite a while that have now been taking that time to come back and do some things they were never able to do before. And I'm actually very anxious to hear this new album from you. I mean, what's the departure? Is there a departure from before? Because you've each album you guys put out is I enjoy it, and it's interesting because if you heard the first one, it's it's not so much better, it's different and still amazing on the second one, as though it just progresses, but there's always a different twist with what you guys do. What's the twist with this album? Because I know there has to be one.
The twist on this one is this is our heaviest record to date, and
No doubt. Wow.
and it also is our most musical to date. Now, I would never go so far as to say we're going to be a progressive band, like progressive music-wise, but there's a tinge of Jabu and I really pushed the musicality on it without losing the hooks that we always have. But there's a heaviness, and I didn't even realize it. Like, I kind of knew it, but then we played a couple finished tracks to some people recently and our management, and they were like, holy shit, like, whoa, guys, this is great, but damn, like, you guys really, like, laid it down. And I believe that's because, number one, after doing the Coma record, we kind of, once again, decided, okay, here's a couple songs that we really liked the direction it went, and started from there, and then just moved forward from there artistically and said, now we want to bring in this, more musicality, a bunch of other elements, and then that's how we kept moved forward with this one. And I believe that this is another jump forward, like you guys were talking about. Again, it'll be our fourth record. We have not repeated ourselves once yet, and there's no repetition on this one. We just have moved forward completely. Though we have brought the accordion back on this record because it wasn't on the last record.
Nice.
So as of now, we have brought the piano back. I believe that song is going to make the record, but I'm not sure. We did do a cover like on this record like we did on our first album.
Awesome.
And this cover is really like, it's not a song that you would think a band like us would do, but we completely rewrote the song, and I'm in love with it. Yes, this record so far is turning out way better than we started demoing, and all of a sudden it turned into an album. And even though we don't have a title, it just seems like a very concise kind of thing, where we've already gone in and done photos and posted some of those online, and we have a new logo and a new skull flower. Not that we're getting rid of our old ones, but just, new one that kind of captures the vibe of where we are now. So
keeps it fresh.
Keeps it fresh. And we put some of that out so people can see. And when you hear the new music to go along with all that, you go, wow, this is a complete package.
Well, without giving anything away, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, Wayne, because I knew you were going to say something, but I need to know. I'm not going to ask you what the cover is. Just curious, but I would like to know: is it a specific decade? Like, is there something you could give us that way as a hint?
Like on the first album, it is a song from the 80s. I believe it's in the 80s. This song. I know this band was huge in the 80s. Now, I believe this song was also probably late 80s. It came out. I believe so.
Okay.
Early 90s.
That's cool.
I dig it. I dig it.
Cool.
But literally, like, this song is like a romantic song written in a major key, and like has a complete opposite meaning of where we took it. So we completely stripped it down, rewrote it, put it in a minor key. The lyrics, even though I didn't change the lyrics, they have a completely different meaning the way I sing it. And it's just, to be honest, when we told some people what song we picked, they were like, I don't even know that song. I'm like, how can you not know that song? It was huge. But, a lot of times metal people don't know pop music, right?
Of course.
But so either way, though, when they heard the song, they're like, well, this is a great song anyway. So like, if I didn't know this was a cover, I wouldn't even think it's a cover, because it just is us. So we're excited. But again, I don't think that the cover is the strongest song on the album. That's the best part. The cover is just something we did for fun. The other, our songs there's some really, really strong material. Jabu really dug deep on this album musically, and it's going to show.
Well, that's great, man. No, all I was gonna say was, like, when you were talking about changing your logo and stuff a little bit, is we do the same thing here. Like we change it up at least once every 6 months, and we have so many different things. In fact, we're running not really a contest, but any of our fans and stuff out there, anybody, you yourself, if you'd like to, we're taking anybody who wants to draw anything that, like, from the show that means something to them, and sending it to us, and we're gonna put it on our store, and we're gonna give it to people. Like we don't
make it into shirts.
Yeah, we
thing.
make nothing off the shirts at all because it's like one of those like it's a TeePublic site. So basically, we make like $1 off of anything ever sold, but we want the fans and other people to have more of a feel like they have more of an influence on it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take their art, put it on there for them, and we'll run it once. Every piece gets a week on our page. That way they can do what they want with it.
Oh, that's really cool. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I thought it'd be nice for them to to do it, and we get some cool see what people think of us.
And that's kind of what we did. I literally I put out a thing on all our social media looking for a graphic artist, and like a bunch hit me up from all over the world, and I just said, "This is what I want." I literally told them what I wanted, and then the guy that did it the best is the guy we picked and paid.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then, but if you think about it, like I know that we'll have 4 records now. We've literally had a different logo on each record.
Yeah.
It's just that we always had the same skull flower, and we always kept coming back to the sunflower dead written in script. But I just didn't want that anymore because I wanted something much easier to read and the skull flower we have, like our original skull flower, is so damn detailed that it literally is a pain in the ass to put on merchandise and flyers. And every time I send it out for a tour ad, like it literally, like, they get half the details wrong, and I'm like, I'm so sick of this. I need something simple that people can reproduce that looks cool. That's not going to cause me problems. So we're definitely never getting rid of what we had because we love it. We just wanted more.
Right, yeah, and that's what we kind of did with like the Punisher logo that we did, because it was kind of it's simple, it says us, and people are just like, wow, that's really cool. It's a cool little logo. And I agree. Like, the more detail you put into something, the harder it is to put on a merchandise. Because we have some really, really cool, like, artwork that was done. But it's if we would if we would have paid to put that on some shirts, man, it would cost us a fucking arm and a leg. You know
how many times we have gone to Shirt Guys and then we go to pick up the first run of shirts and half the detail was not on the skull flower, and I would have to scan it back and go, guys, do it again. You didn't even put. Like, it looks horrible, and it just drives me nuts. So I was like, just give me something simple. And then, like, one guy knocked it out of the park, and we loved it. And he literally gave us, like, 8 skull flowers and, like, 4 logos. And we were like, these are great. They're perfect. Thank you so much. Because, the nice thing is when you hire someone and they, like, listen to what you're hiring them for and they deliver, it's so wonderful, as opposed to when you hire someone and they do what they want, and then you're like, well, this isn't what I asked for.
Yeah, it is, It's like, okay, we want a skull flower, and they give you a dog. What?
Exactly, yeah.
It's a dog skull. That's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Looks great. I'm sure people that want a dead dog and a skull, that's cool, but,
This is not what
anyways,
I asked for.
we're excited, and, the new record, new logo, everything's good. Now, if you notice, we're putting pictures out, I don't know, on our social media with just Jabu and I.
Yeah.
It's not a 2-person band, obviously. It's just that we are the actual members, and but we have just added a full band with us and of killer musicians from all over the world, actually. So cool. We start rehearsals with them soon, and that's going really well. So everything's good. Now it's just a matter of waiting for this huge band to be done recording their records so our producer can come back and finish ours, mixing, and then, find a new record label and then see what 2021 brings as far as release dates and all that shit. And then we have tour dates booked already, but,
That's right.
we'll see what happens with
those will probably change.
COVID.
Yeah, those will probably change.
Yeah, I would assume so. But if not, they're there. If they change, we'll just get pushed back.
Yeah, that's all there's to it. Just roll with the
shit.
Well,
I wanted to ask you, with you and Jabu, you said you just started writing a bunch of singles, is how this album came out. I mean, did when you sat back and you looked at the songs that you guys were putting out, did it seem to have a intentional flow or a unintentional flow? Was it leaning in a direction that you could say that, wow, I didn't even realize we were doing that? That sort of feel?
I don't know if it did that. It was more like, again, and we've done this on each record, we kind of picked where we wanted to go. Like, we created our own box of where to go. And like we really wanted to capitalize on this one, like what goes over well live, you know, and then what did we find exciting about the songs we had, or what didn't we do yet as far as like playing. And then we kind of threw all those things into a box and was like, this is really where we want to be. And then lyrically, it was like, we'll go even deeper again, you know, really set the stage lyrically for what's going on with these songs musically and emotionally, which we started on that path on the Coma record. So we just continued even further. And I just can say that I believe, once again, that this is our best record yet. Just because of the progression, and I love all the records so far. So, but again, this is just like, man, we just took what we did and just dialed it up again, and then the things that, you know, I didn't like, we got rid of, and the things that I did like, we accentuated even more. And so when this comes out, it will be our fourth, and it will be again 4 completely different records in the Sunflower Dead box, because it's not like amazing. One's a country record and one's a jazz record, you know, not like that. But
you're due for a box set.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, the box set. The acoustic remixes, and then the blues remix, the EDM remix, all the nonsense that nobody cares about anyway, right?
Re-releasing all the videos on VHS, make everybody go, oh, fuck, I need a VHS player.
Yeah, because VHS is going to come back. Yeah, they tried to do that with cassettes about 2 years ago. Oh, it's the cool underground thing. Release your music on cassettes. Whatever. Fuck off.
Come on, man.
Do you find though when you get to that place, you got your record, you're in the studio, everything's done, it's ready to release, and you're like, all right, now we're doing this. We're going to do our tour. We're doing our shows. Do you find that each album that you put out changes your stage performance? Would you say?
No,
degree,
I don't think so. No, I think the only thing with us that ever changed was when we had the makeup. You know, when you have makeup or mask, or you have like a theatrical look, you're afforded a freedom up on stage where you can kind of get away with doing some of the stupidest shit you could ever think of on stage.
Right.
And then it kind of works, right? But when you don't have the makeup, some of those things don't work in a live setting without that added theatrics, if that makes sense. But as far as how we attack it, Jabu and I have always had one mindset. We go all out, and we're going to be physical on stage and make you feel what we're doing. And that's never changed, and it never will change.
That's cool.
That's a good thing.
Cool. I was just curious because, you know, and I'm sure you've seen bands that have been like that you go, you know, they put out an album and then all of a sudden it's like their whole persona is different. You know what I mean? The way they come across. But I can see what you're saying, because you guys do an awesome stage show. If nobody who's listening right now has ever seen Sunflower Dead, you know, look them up, find a video, watch these guys on stage. When you can go see them live, do it, because they tear it up. I mean, it's amazing, absolutely amazing to watch, and it's a full energy show. There's a lot of energy on stage, and your energy, I mean, just explodes into the crowd, which really gets the crowds going, which is awesome. Because you go see a lot of bands nowadays, and it's energy on the stage, but the crowd, and there's nothing worse than when you go to a concert and everybody is just standing there.
Yeah, you know, it's sometimes, you know, like, because we've never been a band to me that, like, you know, some bands, you know, when you go to the show, you're going to get like huge mosh pits and all that stuff, right?
Oh, sure.
We're not really that band, even though it obviously happens in the world, you know, in the touring world we're in. But it's an energy thing. You can tell when the crowd is alive, even if they're just standing there. You can tell by the looks in their eyes when it's alive and how they respond. And, you know, that's a response we've always elicited. And but we give it every, you know, I'm always going to give everything I have on stage, because that's kind of the only way to really do it, in my opinion.
I agree 100%.
It's just the only thing I'll say is, when we had the makeup, we had a song that was a single for us called "It's Time to Get Weird," and that's the only song that I won't do without makeup. Now, we've done it a couple times, and it just didn't feel right. That was the one where you talk about like the persona was different with the makeup. That song made perfect sense, and we were a bunch of clowns acting wacky on stage. Without the makeup, it sounds great and I loved it, but I just didn't feel like I wanted to be weird, if that makes sense, you know?
I get you on that. I mean, but it's like when you guys are on stage, when I see you guys perform, and I've seen many videos of you guys performing, because I haven't had the opportunity to go see you guys live, which I hope to change sometime this year. It's like it's like I don't know how to explain it. There's a resonance.
Right.
When you have a good band on stage, there's a resonance, and it's like a tuning fork for people who are trying to figure out what I'm saying. Is when you hit that tuning fork, you know it's good when you can see it through the audience, no matter what it is, whatever it's doing. That it doesn't have to be a mosh pit. It can just be, and they reflect that energy back at the stage, and that's what you're looking for in a good band. And you guys nail it every time.
Thanks, man. That's right. I love that analogy. It's awesome.
It's very, very cool. And I just wish this year would have been so much fucking
no shit.
We're
man.
show worthy, you know, and it's
killed so much.
I have a feeling this new album for you guys, and I can't wait to know what the title of this album is going to be, because it's going to be
me too.
How do you feel it's going to happen? Let me ask you that. I know you can't, you don't know what I mean. Is it going to be is it going to be a brainstorm event that you guys are going to sit down, or is
it's always different? Like the first album was just self-titled, right? The second album, we knew what the album was going to be called before we started it. From the touring, like when we were touring our first record, we kept saying on stage, "Okay, let's start." When it's time to go, we're like, "It's time to get weird," because we look like idiots with makeup. So we're like, "Let's go get weird." So the second album had to be called "It's Time to Get Weird." It was totally our own, and it just worked. The third album, we did not have a title, and we were on the phone with our manager. He goes, "Call the record Coma." And we're like, "Why?" He goes, "I don't know. I like it." And we said, "All right, cool. Coma works. Means nothing. Has nothing to do with anything." We even separated the words, so you think it's like, the letters mean something. It means nothing. It doesn't. There's not a song called Coma. There's not a lyric called Coma. Nothing. But it just that's perfect. Okay, cool. On the new record, what we'll probably do is I always write down phrases or words that I like, or and then we'll look at the song titles or a phrase in my lyrics, and we'll say what's kind of sums this up, and Jabu and I and whoever will sit there and go, what sums it up, and somehow we'll end up with a title. But it's not. We didn't start with a title. I know that. We didn't start with anything. We just started with like riffs and ideas and stuff, and then we weren't supposed to write a full record. We were just supposed to demo it. We weren't even supposed to record it, but it just turned into, it just kept going. And we're like, all right, let's just keep going, which is kind of how everything in this band works. You just start somewhere, and then all of a sudden you end up with a product, and you're like, oh, well, okay, I'm glad I didn't plan to do that, but rad,
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with the title. I don't know. I hope it's something rad though, because I like to have something with meaning behind it, even if I'm the only one that understands it. Sure. But we'll see.
Because that also affects a lot. I always think. I mean, I don't know if it does for you guys, but it always, for me, the title of an album affected everything. I mean, it affected. Yeah. I mean, it affects your merch.
Yep.
It affects,
totally.
It affects everything. So if it's not catchy on the merch, I mean, oh no. But I mean, like Coma, that's great. Everybody wants it. I want a shirt that says Coma. I'm in that state half the day anyway. So
I know it actually worked out in a funny way, even though like to us it was like, I don't know what that means. We have a couple vulgar. But I guess it's called anagrams. Is that what it's called when you have words for each letter? I don't know.
Yes.
We have a couple of very vulgar ones of that, but I won't repeat them. But what it means to us, but
because this is the Disney show, right?
Right. This is definitely a Disney show. Yeah.
Well, I also don't want to soil anybody's view of what Coma is.
Oh, that's true. All right. I get it. May I make a suggestion for the name of your album?
Sure.
Call it The Foot of Jobu.
The Foot of Jobu, right?
How's he doing, man? Is he doing okay?
He's in a lot of pain. He just started back with his trainer like last week, right? Getting ready and getting in shape, and day 2 he was doing some step ups or something with weights, and he just heard his pop, and he was like, "What the hell?" And all of a sudden, everyone in the gym was looking at him like, "Dude, your Achilles is like
done,
not good." So he went right and got MRI, and they're like, "Yeah, you got a tear and a bad, like huge tear." And but he's actually going to same doctor that Kobe Bryant went to, same surgeon out here. So on Monday he's getting his surgery, and right now he's in a boot, and he'll get a surgery, and then I don't know, it'll probably take 2 or 3 months to be fully healed. But he's bummed because who wants to deal with all that? But
look, dude,
he's had many surgeries before, so
I know how he's feeling. My son is 4, and he decided he wanted to learn how to skateboard. And Dad is not 4, and he was showing him how to skateboard. And I either broke my foot or twisted I don't know what I did. It was pretty bad for like about a week, and I'm getting better now. But I mean, it fucking hurts.
Anything to deal with the ankle or the foot, it's pain all day. Because you got to use your foot. You got to. I mean, you're. And
at work, I'm on my feet all day at work. So, standing on whatever the hell's going on with my foot ankle thing, it's not fun. But,
No, it's not fun. You
got to do what you got to do.
Ankles, knees, back.
Yep.
Well, that'll teach Jabu for fucking working out. That was stupid.
I know, God.
That was stupid trying to be healthy. What a jerk.
God damn, Jabu.
Just sit at home, eat some fucking M&Ms and chill.
Well, after a year doing the M&Ms and chill, the gym was needed. So, we both kind of started to get healthy a little while ago, and then
I saw that, man.
It's frustrating on his part because of all the things he's got to do, he doesn't really want to go get surgery on his Achilles tendon this week. No. So.
No, it's not on the top list. Like
yeah, but I mean, what else was he doing this week?
Right.
Yeah, who knows?
Just, make time.
Yeah.
I work with a bunch of people, and today at work I was sitting there, and we have a new kid working for us. He's been working for us probably about a month now. But he's a young guy. He's like 17, and I was sitting there eating my lunch, and I was listening to some of your songs and stuff, and I was like, I was pointing out to him. I said, "Look, you should check these guys out." And I think I got you a new fan.
Cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Because he was like, typical stuff the kids listen to these days. Cardi B and all that stuff, and I was showing him that stuff, and I was teaching different things and showing them.
You said kids these days. You sound like an old dude.
We are old, asshole. We are old. I just want to let you know.
You're an old asshole. Mine's fresh and new.
I just want to say we are old. When a kid is 17 years old and we are in our 40s, we're old compared to them.
Hey, my brain is like 17.
I was gonna say.
So you're
70.
very mature then.
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is that is you say kids today. The problem I'm having, not with kids today, kids are kids, and every generation they're going to be kids. The problem I'm having with entertainment is so much has been taken off the menu of what kids are exposed to these days that it's frustrating to me as an artist to be like, look, here's my thing. I'm on the side of all artists, all genres. Everything should be exposed to the point where it should all be on the menu. So when a kid goes out there to say what's out there, he can go, let me check out that song. Let me check out rap. Let me check out classical. Let me check out rock or metal. Let me check out pop. They should be exposed to it. But that's not what's happening because everybody's fighting for, their own little niche to make that money. So you're getting basically pop, hip hop, which is fine. I don't have anything against those genres. And just a couple. And that's all kids know about. Generally, unless they're they're like me when I was young. I went out and searched rock and metal, the best I could, and then it's a shame because they're not exposed to it. Like for example, when Post Malone had Ozzy Osbourne on a song a few years back, kids thought Ozzy was some dude that Post Malone saved out of nowhere, like some old guy. It's like wait a minute, how do you have no clue who Ozzy Osbourne is? Because he's not just a musician, he's a pop icon at this point. But it's like they're not exposed to it. It's not their fault, though. I don't put the blame on them. I put it on the powers that be not exposing people to everything that's out there to give them a real choice of what they truly could like. Because if all you see is, vanilla chocolate and strawberry, you'll never know that mint chocolate chip was your favorite. You'll never know.
I like that. That's a good way to put it,
Yeah.
God.
It's true, though.
Mint
it's
chocolate
absolutely
chip.
True. There's a lot of amazing icons out there that aren't getting that type of, you could ask kids, like there's a girl that works with my wife. I mean, all these artists that I think people should just automatically know.
You should know, yeah.
And I was talking about, something stupid is it was, I was talking Jethro Tull. I was talking,
right, yeah.
Bands like that, Deep Purple, and I'm just like, oh, these, this is stuff, 38 Special,
Right.
stuff like that. And she's like, who are they? I'm like,
who?
what?
Right.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's so foreign, and it could be in any genre, not just in rock. They're just so confused. And me, like when I was a kid and I was discovering music, like I listened to all the up and coming artists and bands, but then I was like, well, what came before them? Like, let me go back, learn about Led Zeppelin. Let me go back and learn about Beethoven, or let me learn about the blues or jazz. I wanted to learn and see where it all came from. It wasn't just
that's an inquisitive mind, though. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, you have to have that sort of mindset to want to delve into it. I mean, even you could take it out of music. You could look at books. You could look at topics and go. It's like, well, what do you mean you've never heard of Catcher in the Rye?
Yeah, right. You have no clue what that is. Like you didn't even need to listen to the audiobook, like
right.
The dummy book. Nothing.
The title. You've never heard of the title?
What's the title? Yeah. No.
Even if you could just say, "Oh, I know, I've heard of it, but I've never read it." Okay, but for people to go, "What's the Scarlet Letter?"
Right.
Come on.
Well, and you were saying, you're talking about you wanted to go back and look at all that stuff, and like Rum said, you have to have an inquisitive mind, of course, but you also have to look at it the generations that we are into now. My wife's generation and the generations after are these one hit. One download. They don't care about what else is there.
True.
They want the instant gratification now.
Tide Pods.
Yeah,
sure.
They want this instant.
Tide Pods.
hey, that could be another name for the album. We are Tide Pod Massacre. But no, I mean, really, man, you have to want to go and find these things out. Like you were saying about the other person, Rum, I had the same way with the guy that's at my work. Is like I'll be listening to my radio or my phone while I'm doing. I'm a veterinary technician, so I'm doing a dental on an animal, and I have the radio playing, and I put mine on random. So I'll have like a rap song will pop up, or it'll go into like The Nightmare Before Christmas, or it just bounces all around. And he comes in there, and I'm like, things that I thought everybody would know, he has no idea. Like For Whom the Bell Tolls, he had no idea who that was. He didn't know.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, he didn't know who sang "Cream," "Cash Rules for Everything Around Me," the Wu-Tang song.
Yeah.
And
I love that record.
Me too, one of my favorites. And so that's why I'm just like, they need people who are going to show them these things, obviously, because no one's going to search.
It's not the kids. It is, and it's not just kids, because trust me, I know plenty of 20, 30, and 40-year-olds that just have no clue. It's like this general awareness doesn't happen anymore. Like, for example, I don't listen to Cardi B. I don't even know if I've ever heard of a Cardi B song, but yet I'm totally aware of who she is and what she does. I'm just, why I'm aware? Because I'm fucking breathing.
Right, exactly.
Alive. So I'm aware. It's like, how can you not be aware? At least at the point, say, oh, well, I don't know her song, but I know who that artist is, or I know that book, or I couldn't quote you a paragraph from The Catcher in the Rye, but I do know what it is. I remember in high school having to read it or whatever. It's
right.
I didn't read it because I hated reading books, but I remember having to read it. So.
I love the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I don't know.
I didn't even watch the movie.
Yeah, me neither.
That's how I passed high school. I
watched movies.
Watch the movies.
I read the movies.
Oh, what was it? Cliff Notes?
Just the back of the VHS tape. That's what I read.
Yeah.
You said you see, and there you go, aging yourself. VHS tape.
VHS tape. What the hell is a VHS? Think about it. We have outlived VHS tapes, the CD. We even outlived the MP3 now. That came and went so damn quick. It's unbelievable.
And it's just weird, man. It's such a weird thing. And I was having this discussion today at work, and I was telling everybody, I said, just wait, give it another 5 to 10 years, and then the CD is going to be the big new resurgence. Watch what I'm telling you. Because
what is past streaming though?
But no, what I'm saying, listen, really, because we had in the late 90s, early 2000s, the big explosion was vinyl was coming back.
Sure.
Now, fucking cassettes are coming back. People are buying cassettes like crazy.
Yeah. And you know what it is? It's just something tangible for a small amount of people, like a collector's item, is always good, right?
Yeah.
That's always cool. But still, the majority of people from here on out will be streaming or whatever's next. And I think whatever's next is they're just going to put the chip in your head and you have everything in your goddamn head.
It's just imported automatically.
I'm thinking like a mash of VR and music.
Yeah.
Like immersion. Like music
complete immersion. Yeah, with complete disconnecting to reality.
Copyright.
People have no awareness. Yeah. There you go. Copyright that shit.
Oh, too late. Hey, guys, Disney already got it. Remember WALL-E. Watch the movie WALL-E. They already got it, dude. I'm telling you.
But, I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that is, you're going to go run out. Because no matter what you have with music, there's always something to buy other than the music. You need something to play the music upon.
Yep.
So they're going to come out with something that you need to acquire to play or to listen to or experience this new format on. And they're always going to come up with some sort of scam, some sort of thing that you need to do. So the only thing I could think of now is, the Oculus has been becoming so popular over the years. I was
using one today.
Yeah, and all that stuff. I mean, the next step to that would be musical immersion.
Musical immersion. You know what, though? I'm totally cool with, and maybe because I'm lazy, I'm totally cool with, like, physical albums being gone. I used to not like it. I used to be like, no, I still want to listen to the CDs. But when I'm on tour and I got to pack those damn albums and vinyls and CDs to sell to people, which is cool, because a collector's item. It's like, man, I'm so sick of carrying those. Now I don't really have to do that. You bring a couple of them, because first of all, the plastic breaks on them and shit. They crush everywhere. But now it's like, I don't have to worry about that. I have T-shirts and all the other stuff. And it's like, yeah, I bring a couple albums and stuff to sell, but it's not like the boxes and boxes of music to sell now. It makes it a lot easier for me on tour. Because now I don't have to worry about it.
Right. You have your entire song broke down or whatever you want to give out, or the whole album on a zip drive. You could just go, there it is.
Yeah. Well, people can just get it their way. They stream it. They already have it. They don't even, people don't even need to hold on to a catalog of music anymore on their own. You don't have to have anything, which is, it's fine for me. I know there's still all these ramifications and who gets paid what and all this shit. And that's a whole nother concept, or topic, but as far as like just actually having to deal with a piece of physical music, it's much easier to not have to deal with it. I still love it because I miss going to record stores, and I'll always miss that. But barring that,
I was gonna say I can understand, being the lugging the shit around because I've done that before too, and it's a pain in the ass to have your merch and you slugging all that. Plus you got to set up. Plus you got to break down. It's a pain in the ass. But what I find it kind of depressing, to be honest with you.
I get that.
Like that we don't have the record stores or because like I said, like we've always said, one of the best things in the world to me is the experience of going into a store and not knowing what you're going to get. You're just going in there and you looking at all the really cool artwork and you looking at the stuff and you maybe even you don't even know the fucking band, and you just like, man, this is really cool. Well, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to check this out. This might be a really good band,
I'll always miss that. And you know what else is what was even cool is when you got the records home, even if you didn't love it at first, because you bought it and you had it, you still went back to and tried to almost make yourself like let me get used to this because I spent money on it. And then you learn to appreciate what you had. Where now it's like, if you don't like the first 6 seconds of an intro of a song, it's usually off.
Right. You can turn it away. Yeah.
It's like, and that really is not how artists write music. You can't write music for the first 5 seconds. Sometimes it takes multiple listens and seeing a band live or an artist live and all types of things before it really connects to you. It's not always instant, and it's a very difficult thing. And that's why I believe things are getting more and more disposable, because people are just trying to get that instant gratification without any substance underneath. Again, it's not the fans' fault. It is the proprietors of the art and the tastemakers' fault, because they, have to get their money and their ad money.
Maybe that's the answer. Maybe this is the answer to combining the concept of the old music store and introduction of new music and stuff. Maybe it's a location. Maybe it's a thing where you can just go and say, hey, I want to check out some new music. And you can go and, back in the day, they used to, in the old record stores, they still had them when I was a kid.
The sound booths?
Sound booths.
Listening stations,
yeah, man, you go in there and it was like a telephone booth if you've never seen them, people. And you go in there with your headset
What's a telephone
on, and
booth?
You could hear these different all these different new releases and shit like that. Well, maybe it's a thing of, I really want to get into this band, but I don't know. I need more. It's going to get to that point where I need more. It's always I need more.
I need more.
So I need to see them to get into them. I need to hear them. So maybe it's like snippets of live performances or whatever video or whatever you're putting out that you need to be right there in your face to go, oh, this is really cool. It's like I'm really there. I'm going to buy that album.
Right.
Maybe that's the next step. I don't know.
And you know what? The VR thing, because it's funny you talked about the Oculus. Our friend that works with us, he just bought one of those yesterday. So he was showing us, and I had it on my face, and I'm playing with this damn thing. And you're right. It could be cool if you put that on, and then you're immersed in the band, like you're literally in the room with the band, rehearsing or whatever. Like that is a cool way to, do that. And I'm sure that will happen as VR gets really, starts to dominate the market and doesn't become just a thing that people with money have. Everybody has VR then. We're all disconnected from reality anyway at that point. So.
Well, I think that's
we're pretty much there already.
We're all going as a society, because the way this year's gone, if VR was more of a popular thing, that whole, this is the time where that sort of development could explode.
Right, like now. you could virtually be at a concert watching your band who's actually performing in their studio. But you can make it look like it's never going to be the same experience, but it's sure going to. Trust me, it's still pretty damn cool what I was looking at today.
Yeah.
I haven't fucked with one yet. I'm curious to see how it is.
It was pretty interesting.
Xbox, funny enough, for their new Xbox X, has a VR. Basically, their version of Microsoft Oculus.
It's coming too. Yeah, I saw that.
And I saw it's like you take the Xbox controller and you split it in half, and it goes around one on each side of your hand. This whole thing, and it sits over top of your face, and it's I think most all of them, even the Oculus, is what they call 3DO. It's just it's 3D. They're saying that true VR should be like 4D and more depth.
Right.
But I mean, for what it is right now, it's pretty damn awesome.
It's pretty. You are. I mean, I flew off a mountain with those guys that wear those squirrel costume things. Right off a mountain, went all the way down, and it was. Of course, I didn't do it, but I felt like it was, and it was. Except for having wind in my face and feeling and smelling, it was pretty damn amazing.
Stand in front of a fan next time; it'll be like
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it was a pretty incredible, swim through the ocean or go through space. But then, there were some other things that the guys at work looked at virtually that we can't discuss. But
nice,
sure you can put your your two and two together.
Right.
Sure.
Literally.
Sure, that's going to happen eventually.
It's already there.
Yeah, and they have add-ons as well too. By the way, yeah.
It's a whole. There's another use for the Sandy wipes.
Yeah.
That's the real reason why you can't get Lysol wipes and all that other stuff anymore, because VR's taking over.
Oh fuck! Oh man, that's great.
So with your new tour dates that you've got coming up, hopefully everything is set in stone. Where do you think you're going to be starting? Of course, are you starting locally, or are you going? Where's the thought process, or where you got some dates that are coming up that you?
Right now, in the middle of March, we have stuff in the Midwest.
Okay.
Cool.
So obviously we have to get out to the Midwest, so we don't have to drive there overnight. But usually, hopefully we'll do a couple dates from California out towards the Midwest, and then depending on where it's rooted from there. Because right now there's like dates, like couple dates here, couple dates there, and they have to fill in everything.
Right.
Our booking agents, but that's what it's looking like now. And then so I'm just I'm assuming we'll be all over the damn place, you know. And then especially with the new record, by the time the record comes out on a label and everything's good, I'm hoping the world is starting to open back up again, and we can tour like 100%. But we'll see. You know, it's just going to be like, you know, we're prepared to do whatever. If touring isn't the biggest part of music right now, which is not at all, it is what it is. I can't stop. Like, look, I didn't stop when CDs were no longer viable. I didn't stop when MP3s are no longer viable. I didn't stop because of streaming, and I'm not going to stop because you can't tour at the moment. I do music, so it's
well, yeah,
exactly.
But you're not on fire, are you, out there?
No, not where we are. You know, not far, but it hasn't affected me now.
Oh, that's great, dude.
Look, the news will have you believe that the whole state of California is on fucking fire, and it's just not. You know, some places are. But it's just like you can't watch the news and believe that it's just not reality.
Dude, trust me.
The fires are real. They're very real, but it's just not the entire state.
Like we have a buddy. He's also a member of our show. His name's Mart. He's from the UK, and he's always telling me, "Hey man, down in New Orleans, you guys are killing each other in the streets, right?" I said, "No. What are you talking about?" He goes, "Man, my news has you guys like a war zone, like there are people dying." And he said America's burning, and like
It's just crazy if you watch the news in America, you would believe that every street is a riot, when you know what, it's probably only 3 or 4 blocks, maybe, in like 3 or 4 or 5 cities of a couple thousand people tops of some of them, a lot even less. And it's not the majority of people doing this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You know, It's just the news gives you such a false scope of reality of what's going on. To me, it's very frustrating because I'll get calls all the time from my family back east. Are you okay? Are you on fire? And I'm like, no. I'm like, well, they're like, oh, California's burning. Yeah, where it's burning, you know, like, but it's not, you know,
it's the same thing with us, and like like everything's either the French Quarter or we're in the swamp. We all talk like we're from fucking swamp people, and
right.
You know, it's the same thing. Like,
well, technically they do all talk like that.
No,
Wade's just not using his accent.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of New Orleans, I'm coming there over Thanksgiving.
Are you?
COVID doesn't stop. Yeah, me and the girlfriend are doing a vacation there, and we don't care. We're coming. Well,
Dude.
As long as the numbers, you know, COVID doesn't get things don't get shut down again.
Yeah.
So, but we're planning. It's all booked right now, and I can't wait.
Dude, if you want, you should let me know if y'all are down. We can maybe meet up or something.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be there for like 4 or 5 days. So yeah, for sure.
Me, you, and my wife, and you guys. We can go.
Awesome.
We can have dinner or something. That'd be freaking cool.
Yeah, cool.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, man. I hope you enjoy it, dude. If you've been here before, though.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times. I love it there. I absolutely love it. Now, I've never done like the touristy thing, which is what we're gonna do, but I love that stuff anyway. So it's gonna be great.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy it, man. When you do come down here, there's a few places that you need to go to, and I'll let you know them. Like what like there's a boutique the Vampire. I think you'd like that shop.
Cool.
There's like a little speakeasy that's it's owned by the same people who own the shop.
Okay.
But you have to have a password and shit to get into it. It's really
cool.
it's like
old school.
Yeah, dude. Like it's like inside a bar, upstairs, behind everything. Yeah,
Sweet.
It's super fucking cool. Like I'll let you know
That's
all
awesome.
the stuff whenever you guys are around, so that we can get
Awesome.
in there. But
when I go down, he doesn't take me anywhere. So
I just got hooked up with these people. I can't help it, you know.
He never takes me. It's like, where we going? My living room.
Yeah. Well, no, man. It's because when we did magic shows, my boss is also a magician, and we do magic shows sometimes. And he got us a gig at that little place. It's called Potions.
Nice.
It's called Potions Lounge. And
Cool.
and so we were doing shows there like once a month. And so that's how I know about the little speakeasy thing and going behind the bar and shit. It's very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But maybe, hopefully we might have a magic show by that time. That'd be kind of cool too.
Really?
Yeah, those tights are just going to waste at you, buddy.
I know, man. I can't. The damn tutu that I used to
assistant.
wear. Shit.
Hey, what kind of magic show is this where you got to wear a tutu and tights? I don't know if I want to see this.
Well, I'm the magic assistant, so Rum always gives me shit about I'm the one wearing the tutu and the tights. You know?
Hey, you know what? It's 2022. Each their own. You wear your tutu with pride, okay, buddy?
I will.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Wave your flag.
Yeah, fuck you, Rum.
Whatever it is, I accept you, and I'm cool with it. And I mean that, too.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I'm serious.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I don't care. I honestly don't care. As long as everybody's happy, not shooting each other.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Yep.
Is the world?
Yeah.
The world is such a fucking dumpster fire right now. It's not even.
It
funny,
is such
man.
a dumpster fire. Yeah, that's a great word.
I mean, it really is.
Fire.
It's a dumpster fire, man. Everything is just terrible.
Everything, even stuff, and if it's not terrible, it will be skewed and turned in the news so it seems terrible. So it doesn't matter.
Right. Like a
It's all
week
terrible.
later, it's gonna be a piece of shit. Watch, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then with this election coming up, and I'm not going to talk politics, but it's going to be terrible.
That's
It's going to be terrible.
The whole thing is terrible.
Look,
Terrible.
Everything.
yeah, it doesn't matter which way you turn. I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It
But
doesn't-
it's gonna be.
because all I can say is
It's a shit show.
And I don't pick anybody. I don't want to talk, like you said, I don't want to talk politics. But here's my thing. When you have two turds to pick from and you're trying to figure out which one's better, it's still a shitty deal.
Yep.
It's a shitty. Yeah,
Pretty much, dude.
Yeah, straight up. It's just going to be like, wow. Wow.
It's like,
wow.
oh well, I threw that vote away again.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
You know what's always bad? And again, this is as far as I'm going, is there's always more than two choices.
Right.
But you never hear about them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the money.
Well, I mean, Kanye West is on the list, and I'm not going to pick
Yeah,
him
he's
either.
on the list. You know what? He's on because when I got my ballot, because I got a mail-in ballot. Out
Oh,
here,
sweet,
Yeah.
sweet.
and he's on the list, but he's somebody's vice president now.
Oh, really? Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
He
all right.
couldn't get enough support. They couldn't work it out, so he could run for president. So he's on this somebody's vice presidential pick.
It's Lady Gaga's vice president.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh God, I'm surprised Joe Biden didn't pick. What you just mentioned a minute ago? Cardi B is a running mate.
Cardi B, right? Probably would have got more votes because celebrity,
Right?
So in this day and age, unfortunately, due to the way society works and the internet and everything, celebrity is the hottest commodity.
Oh, yeah.
Celebrity's always been a hot commodity, but now it's like talent and skill and intelligence and humor and critical thinking. It's not even on the list anymore.
What's
it's not
that?
Even like second, third, and fourth. It's just
Well,
off the list. It's just celebrity now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
you're absolutely right, because you could just be Googling. Like I was doing it the other day. It was like, and there's a blurb came up. It was like Corey Taylor's, views on politics today. I'm like, who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit about what Corey Taylor
And
thinks?
you know what? He has all the right in the world to think and say what he wants. That's totally fine. But who gives
Yeah.
a shit?
Right? Is it-
Exactly.
like, why is his more important than somebody else's? I don't get it.
Exactly. Well, you know what it is? It's clickbait. They know a lot of people just want to know so they can either go, "Yay, I agree with him," or "He's the worst person in the world. I told you he was stupid." That's
and there's always the other ones. It was like, Martin Short is against President Trump, or
Yeah.
who fucking cares?
Yes, and
so
so
is
what?
against Vice President Biden or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
really, people
Or-
with these. Oh my God.
Or wait,
whatever.
my favorites are the ones if Trump gets reelected, they're gonna leave the
They're
country.
leaving? Yeah, sure.
Oh God. Oh, I always
Where are you
want.
gonna go?
Yeah,
Where are you
I
gonna
was
They're
go?
like,
still here
go.
for the last time.
Bye.
I didn't go anywhere last time. It's like, why say something like that? You're just look. Don't be a coward. Just be a man or a woman or whatever, and say, hey, you know what? If the person I vote for wins, right on. If
Cool.
the person I don't for wins,
Cool.
I'm still in America. So
Right.
fuck it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I have never in all the years of my life have seen the most disrespectful shit for the office of the president. You know what I'm saying?
It's completely. It's like the president. Yeah, it's lost its value completely.
Yeah.
It
and
is.
I blame that on everybody. But
It is. It's
know,
it's a joint fuck up.
It is a joint fuck up, and you know what? It's a shit when we watched. I don't know if you guys watched, but I watched that debate a few weeks ago just because I knew it was going to be like a.
I tried to.
It's just like, I mean, it's just so demeaning to the. And trust me, politicians have always been full of shit and liars and all that stuff.
Yeah, at least they tried to hide it a little bit.
Yeah, they pretended. Now it's just like a free for. It's a shame. There's just no class anymore.
Like I was waiting for one of them just to go, "Fuck you, asshole." You know what
I
I mean?
know. I know.
It's bad when the biggest ratings for that debate were from other countries.
Yeah.
I know. Well, and that's because America is so important, and what we do is so important to the world. Not egotistically, just the fact that
It's the
it's just a
truth.
fact, and therefore, like, people are paying attention. They want to know that this country is not going completely off the rails. But you know what I think is going to happen?
Deathmatch.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, that celebrity thing, right? But you know what I think? I think this will be the biggest voter turnout in American history. I think it's going to be absolutely, like, what is it usually, like 40-50%?
Yeah.
Like 40% of people in the U.S. votes. I think it's going to be much
Yeah,
higher.
I think it's gonna be more like 80.
Yeah, I do. 75-80%.
And here's the catch, and it all gets thrown out anyway because the popular vote won't matter by the time the electoral college.
Yeah, exactly. You're
It
right.
doesn't matter anyway.
You're right.
This person won by 400 million votes, so it doesn't matter. You know, the electoral college, you know, they won by 20, so it's crazy. It's crazy. You know what? That's why
it makes no
you
sense.
know what? Whoever wins, I know my day goes on, and I'm just going to
Yep.
keep on going because
That's all you can do, man.
it's just like, it's all good. And I like people who, no matter who you like, I'm cool with you if you're cool with me, and it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And I'm not into cancel culture. I'm not into blackballing people for who they like or don't like. You know, it's like, whatever makes your life better, I'm cool with. So let's be cool.
And
That's it.
that's what we always say. We always say
who everybody should like is Sunflower Dead.
Exactly.
That would be cool. Hey,
Exactly.
I would even be happy if 50% of the world liked this. I'd be cool with that too.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm with you on that one, dude. You know, 50% of the world.
If you
Shit.
think about it, like, you take the world's most popular artist ever, right? Like,
Sure.
the biggest selling still most of the world doesn't like them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
I
like,
hate-
so.
I
if
hate
you
Carly Simon.
hate Carly Simon.
You're so fucking stupid.
Wow. Now you're showing your age, bro. Now you're showing your age. Wow. Incredible.
Fucking Grandpa Rum here. I
You're
don't
not
like
even-
that
you were
rockin'
try-
music.
You were trying to pretend by saying Cardi B, like, I'm hip, I know what's going on. Now you're like, oh yeah, Carly Simon.
Carly
Good
Simon.
job. Good job.
Woo. Woo. She did that duo with that Rick Springfield or whatever. You know.
Wow.
They named
Man,
the
that's-
Simpsons town after him.
I ain't
Yeah.
Fuck you, woman.
There you go. You even know the song. Wow.
Oh, that's great, dude. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Man.
You do realize it was still way before my time.
Yeah. But you know about it, which makes you rad because I know about Carly Simon and
Hell
James
yeah.
Taylor and all that stuff. It's all great. That's what makes it rad when you know, because any type of intelligence is good. Education. We live in a day and age of the lack of that and critical thinking. It drives me nuts. Not that everyone has to be Einstein, but just be aware. Just please be aware.
Just have some fucking common sense. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know,
Common
like,
sense.
look, there's a hole in the wall. Okay, well, don't stick your dick in it. Okay? I
Yeah.
mean, that's basically
Yeah.
what it is. And you got a bunch of morons that think there's a hole in the wall. Here we go.
Oh, you've been watching Porky's way too much, dude.
Nah, just, yeah.
But if you do stick your dick in the hole in the wall, don't film it on your phone.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Don't take pictures and send it on Instagram
Right.
and then not expect to get caught.
Look how funny this is. No, stupid
Yeah.
ass. You just send
Yeah.
it to a billion
There's
people.
going to be so many videos of that asteroid hitting the planet, but no one will see it.
No,
Exactly.
we'll see. Just like that video that was all big last week about the guy being chased by the cougar. Did you watch?
Oh, it was
see
so
that
awesome.
video?
I did not
Now-
see this. Wait a minute. I'm
It was
lost.
6 minutes of a cougar who was protecting her
It
cubs.
was amazing, man. You got to look it up.
Right, but what I would have done, I would have thrown my phone at the damn thing so it would go away. I
Right.
wouldn't film for 6 minutes of this thing chasing me and backing up. I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to get it on camera. I'm trying to get it to go away.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
it.
it's
Agreed,
but
agreed.
in 2020, you film it.
Agreed.
Right.
And again,
He's
ignorance.
talking to the cougar the whole time, like
The whole
"Stop it."
time.
Quit
It's
it.
like, dude, throw your damn phone at it. I guarantee you the thing will be so scared it will run away.
The only,
It's like,
I
nope.
was gonna say the only smart thing he did was not turn his back to that cougar.
Yeah, that's the only smart thing he did. Yeah, that was it. But that was only to make sure that he got the correct lighting and angle,
Right.
so it showed up, so it could go viral.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Idiocracy. Okay.
Did you think when you saw that movie in the whenever it came out in like the mid 2000s or whatever that it was going to happen so quick?
No,
I didn't think it was going to happen so quick.
I didn't think it was going to be that fast. And
I didn't.
And like I'm like, wow, this is funny movie, and now I'm like,
Yep.
wow, we're fucking living it.
We are living it
all the way to the presidency.
All the way to the presidency.
All the way. I mean,
We're living Star
honestly,
Trek. What are you talking about, man? Everything's future.
If you really think about it, dude, look at like the President Camacho, who was a fucking,
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
it's almost mirror image of everything that's going on these days.
It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. I mean, it's shocking and terrible.
We just created a new conspiracy theory.
What's
that?
The reason we're here now is because of that movie.
Yes.
There you go.
It is.
There it is.
Well, it's that in The Simpsons because that dude predicted everything on that show.
He did. Apparently,
it's the craziest shit ever.
How does he do it?
I don't know. He doesn't just predict. He draws it. He has to see exactly. It's like amazing.
Yeah, and then like, and I mean, it's almost the exact images.
It's identical. It's identical. It's frighteningly identical. It's crazy. I don't know. You know what I believe? Somebody told me a theory a couple months ago, and I started laughing. They're like, the world actually ended in 2012, and it blew up, and we're just literally either in a parallel dimension or we are in a simulation now because we all did die.
Dude, that's incredible.
And then when you look at what has happened since 2012, it's really not hard to believe that we all did blow up, and this is just a retarded simulation. I can't say retarded. I don't mean
you can say that.
You can say it, sir.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. But in 2012, that was the whole Aztec thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole but maybe it's before that. Maybe Y2K did happen.
Maybe Y2K did happen, and you know what? Because it is so wacky, like where we are now. I mean, come on, like whether you're for or against Donald Trump, the man has been our president for 4 years now, almost. And it's crazy to me. It's crazy. It's like, what? And that's not an assessment on what he's done or anything. I'm not getting into the political part of it.
No,
it's just, Donald Trump is our president. Like, what happened?
Well, yeah. Right. It was like, did nobody see Mad Magazine?
Well, it's funny.
Back in the day,
guys. It's funny that it's almost identical too as to when Reagan was our president because people reacted the same exact way, except Donald Trump is a little bit more on the extreme side. Right, but I'm not saying he was a bad president. What I'm saying
he was
is
a good speaker.
He was a phenomenal speaker.
When Reagan was up there,
was
though,
great or not, he could at least make you believe that he was the president.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
he was very presidential.
He was very, like you said, very presidential. He had to. God damn it! He made it into a Def Leppard song.
Right?
Yeah.
Genesis. Come on, he nuked the world in the Genesis song. Oh God!
Yeah, but we're in the day and age of celebrity where reality stars, like again, the Kardashians, people like that. People like them, great. That's their business. But in my world, I don't give. It's not that I disrespect people because they're still people, but it's like, what have you done to really contribute? What's your talent? What's your skill? What have you done? It's like, I can't see like watching somebody like that, a Kardashian or a Trump, and being like, wow, they're amazing. It's like, what have you done? What have you contributed?
It's just, it's insane, man. The Kardashians,
butt for the Kardashians.
I mean, come on, look.
Yeah.
The Kardashians. The only reason they're famous because one of them put a penis in their mouth and got a videotape.
Exactly.
They have a last name that should be a fucking Star Trek villain. And they didn't really do anything. I mean, their life is like 2020. I mean, boyfriends are dying. They're fucking. Their dad turned into a woman. I mean, it's just insanity.
Shouldn't their last name been Jenner?
No. Their father was the lawyer Kardashian who was on the O.J. Simpson case. And he actually was a great lawyer, but so that's why. But then Bruce Jenner married the mom.
Yes.
And
stepdad.
Those kids were Jenners.
Yeah, which is
I've never even seen that show, but look at my awareness.
Yeah,
I don't even know that. I still know the story.
I have never watched one
You're in California
episode.
You're hanging out with them. Doing pool parties. I know what you're
Hell
doing.
no. Hell no.
Come on, you're not hanging out with Kanye? Come on, dude. Come on.
No. But I gotta admit, if you hung out with Kanye, it probably would be pretty damn entertaining.
I agree. I have
to say, I ain't saying he's a gold digger.
Oh,
there you go.
Fuck, no, his wife was. Anyway,
Yeah.
Boom! And the bomb went off.
Yeah.
Man, dude, it's always so much fun to have you on the show, dude. Thank you.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, again, thank you so much for joining us, man. It was great.
Thanks for having me.
Look, tell all these guys where they can find you on your socials and all that good stuff, or where you want them to get your music and stuff.
You can start at sunflowerdead.com. You can go to our Facebook page, Sunflower Dead, Twitter, Instagram,
MySpace,
AOL. Yeah, what is it? Bands in Town. What's the other? There's so many. Whatever there is. YouTube,
Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. We're not on Bandcamp. I don't even know what that is. Some bands use it. I don't know what it is. But generally, all you got to do is go into this thing called Google. You type in Sunflower Dead, and just like every other band that has half a brain, it comes up. We're everywhere. As far as where you can get the music, right now, I still have our merch site down. So the only stuff you can buy from us now is the last album through the record label EMP that came out on. But as far as the first 2 records and all our merch, I'm still not selling it until we announce tour dates. Until I know, I mean, they're announced, some of them, but I want to bring that stuff with me.
Yeah.
But so we're all over the damn place like everybody. Everything's a couple clicks away on your phone.
That's fucking cool, man. And like we said, dude, and I'll tell you this again, you are always welcome on the show. You know that.
Thanks.
And definitely when you're down here in New Orleans, man, let me know for sure. And then we'll fucking get some dinner or some shit. We'll hang out.
Sounds good.
But anyway, guys, it was a great show. I was your host, Wayne.
I'm the Rum Guy.
And that guy over there was Michael Del Pizzo from Sunflower Dead. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to keep it metal!
Adieu, parting is such sweet sorrow.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
Get the fuck out!
Okay then. That's it.